2 deer were found in mid-Michigan to have a disease that could affect local deer populations.
Now in high definition, Mount Pleasant's own New Central 34 at 5.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to New Central 34. I'm Jacqueline Zeman.
And I'm L'Oreal Walker. Here's tonight's top story. According to Belgian media, ISIS has claimed responsibility for the deadly terrorist attacks that struck Brussels this morning, killing at least 34 people and wounding about 230 more. Belgian state broadcaster RTBF reported 20 people dead at the Malbeek metro station and 14 more at the international airport. CMU Study Abroad has confirmed there are no students from Central Michigan studying in Brussels. We caught up with a few CMU students to hear their take on this devastating attack.
I actually saw it when I woke up this morning on Twitter, and it shocked me because my dad actually just got back from Germany. He was over there for business, and just to think that if he didn't come back Saturday and came back a few days later, that he might not be with us. He could have been affected by that, and it's just it's really crazy that something like that hits so close to home.
I was really shocked that something happened in Belgium because it's known to be like a neutral country, and something so tragic happening there. And I have a lot of friends back home who are from Brussels. I'm just gonna pray for Brussels and pray that terrorism ends. And I'm not very religious, but this is a very, very serious event that happened, and even if I can't do anything physically, I can at least keep it in my thoughts and spread awareness of what exactly is going on. And I can also continue to educate myself to know exactly what happened.
Legislative leaders in Lansing reportedly have reached an agreement on a $700 million plan. It will reform Detroit schools by dividing the district in two and making an entirely new district with a fresh start. The Detroit Free Press reports that a tentative agreement has been reached among leaders, but they must search for votes in the new legislative lawmakers. Lawmakers plan to begin their spring break at the end of the week, but in the meantime, the House has approved a $50 million emergency plan to ensure teachers are paid for the rest of the school year. Both the House and the Senate hold sessions today, Wednesday and Thursday this week.
Say goodbye to the M-STEP exam. A Michigan House subcommittee has decided to get rid of the M-STEP exam as a part of their education budget recommendations for the coming fiscal year. Chairman of the committee, Tim Kelly, says it took way too long to get results back from the last exam, so they're considering different test options with much more immediate results. State Representative Adam Zemke is a bit skeptical about the switch, but understands the logic behind the decision. A Senate committee will make its education budget recommendations this Wednesday.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan announced today in a press conference that all Detroit high school graduates will receive 2 years of tuition at a community college. According to Channel 4 WDIV Detroit, this is part of the Detroit Promise, a permanent funding source to make sure Detroit students have access to higher education. Duggan said part of the city's property taxes will be set aside to fund the tuition.
Sarah Jamison, a 25-year-old Mount Pleasant resident, has been accused of embezzling money from her job. On March 17th, Bees Music filed a case against her, stating she had taken about $4,900 over the course of 10 weeks. Jamison admitted to taking some of the money, but by manipulating the computer system to defraud the business. She was tucked away at the Isabella County Sheriff's Department and arraigned on charges of embezzlement and computer using to commit a crime. Her bond is now set at $50,000.
Two more deer found in mid-Michigan counties have tested positive for chronic wasting disease. A 9-month-old male found in Ingham County and 3-year-old female found in Clinton County both have the disease. Chad Stewart of the Michigan Department of Natural Resources says these deer are being tested to see if they are related to the other ones found ill in the same areas. The neurological disease, which affects deer, elk, and moose, causes the animal to act strangely, lose bodily functions, and eventually die. Since many of the deer have last year, the DNR have tested 4,900 deer for the disease. 7 of them have tested positive.
We're here at the desk with our meteorologist, John Gross. John, what is coming up for this week?
So we got some interesting stuff actually coming in for the next few days. We got rain, snow, freezing rain to be talking about. That's the main issue, but weekend's looking a little bit better for Easter. I'll have all the details after the break.
Guess which power couple might be getting back together? I'll have that for you and more in your entertainment report.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Let's see those pearly whites, man.
Yeah. Boys, check it. Yeah.
Stand up, do my terrorists, go compare us. Go.
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine. Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
May I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back, Mid-Michigan. I'm meteorologist John Gross. If you ventured outside today, you noticed it was pretty nice out there temperature-wise. We actually got up into the 50s for it being the second day of spring, so it's definitely feeling like it out there, and it shows in today's highs. So let's get started and take a look right now. We hit 54 degrees here in Mount Pleasant. We hit 57 in Flint, and we hit 54 degrees in Port Huron. And we're a little bit cooler as we go towards the north, but we are warmer as we go towards the south, and these temperatures are going to be the key to this next storm system that's going to be coming through here within the next 24 to 48 hours. And that's going to show right now in the advisories and warnings right now what we got. We're under the winter weather advisory here in the Mount Pleasant or area. Anywhere you see the oranges. Right here in the thumb in the blue, we've got the winter storm watches, and then up to the north, we've got the winter storm warnings. And as you notice down here in the southern part of Michigan, they're not under any warnings, and that is because the temperatures are going to be too warm to support any of the frozen precipitation that's going to be coming our way. So it's all going to deal with how warm you are, and that's going to be the determining factor with what kind of precipitation you get. So this is an idea of what we got right now. We're going to be snow up to the north, we're going to have the rain down to the south, and this frontal boundary is going to be the sharp edge between the freezing line and what we get in the mixed precipitation. As you can see, Mount Pleasant right here, we're in that mix, so we are going to see the potential to see some snow with this, but we are going to be seeing that sleet and potentially freezing rain mixing in. We could be seeing some significant icing with this storm as it gets closer. We'll keep you updated as we get more warnings that come our way. So with the winter weather advisory, we're in effect with it until from Wednesday 8 a.m. until Thursday 8 a.m. We're going to have a mixed bag with all of this. We're going to have the rain, the snow, and the ice, and there is potential to see some ice on the trees and the power lines. That's going to be potential to have some power outages, so definitely slow travels as you are heading out over Wednesday and into Thursday. We're looking at a big mess coming our way, definitely. Currently right now in Mount Pleasant, we are seeing some rain showers. We're at 48 degrees. Our dew point's at around 38%. That's giving us a humidity at around 69%. Our winds out of the southwest at around 9 miles per hour. These winds are going to be ramping up as soon as that storm system comes our way. Current temperatures right now, we're sitting around 50 degrees, 51 in Flint, a little bit warmer down in Detroit, 62, 63 in Kalamazoo, and all the way up in Mackinac Island, we're at 30 degrees. Current winds right now, anywhere out of the north at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And these winds are going to be ramping up. So we got the rain right now in Mount Pleasant. That's going to be moving out of our area. Our evening's looking good earlier. We got that winter weather advisory, and we are going to be warmer as we get into our Easter weekend. And those rain showers are going to be moving out of Mount Pleasant area. We're going to be seeing the clouds as we go into tonight. So earlier tonight, we are looking good. That's when the rain and the snow is going to be coming in throughout the day tomorrow. As you can see, Wednesday 9 a.m. We're going to be sticking with it all day Wednesday, going into Wednesday night and into our Thursday, and then the cold air is going to be coming through the back end on Thursday night. So tomorrow we're going to be sticking with rain, snow, freezing rain. We're going to be dropping in temperatures. Winds are going to be on the increase as we go throughout the day, and then Wednesday 38, 37, 40 as we warm up with cloudier skies on Friday, and then I'll show you how much warmer we're going to be getting for our Easter weekend. But back to the desk with Jacqueline.
Find out who dropped a bombshell proposal. Leah Robinson has more for you next with your entertainment report.
Have you been missing the famous Jelena duo? Singer Justin Bieber and singer-actress Selena Gomez just might be getting back together, or at least making amends. Earlier this week, Bieber posted a picture on his Instagram page of the two kissing with the caption, "Feels." Gomez responded by commenting, "Perfect." This is all the fans needed to ignite conversation about them. Some fans were surprised, while others said that they could see it coming. Gomez and Bieber officially ended their relationship at the end of 2012, but recently, Bieber has been seen spending his time with model Hailey Baldwin and even posted multiple pictures of them on social media. Whatever direction the singers decide to go, I'm sure their fans will be there to support them. The world was shocked this past Sunday as the last episode of The Bachelor Season 20 aired. After The Bachelor called his future fiance's father and got down on one knee, everyone decided to put their 2 cents in. Some were surprised and even disappointed that Ben Higgins found love in Lauren Bushnell and not JoJo Fletcher. One Twitter user posted that JoJo would have been a better pick than Lauren B, #TheBachelor. Fans are able to get a redo though. Fletcher has been offered and agreed to be the next Bachelorette. As for the ending of this season, Higgins decided to repropose to Bushnell on the after show, which she happily accepted. We wish Fletcher good luck and hopefully we'll be able to watch her as she finds love next season. The star of the movie Maze Runner, Dylan O'Brien, was injured while on set filming the 3rd film in the series this past week. He was immediately taken to the nearest hospital, and his co-workers and representatives wasted no time taking to social media to address the issue. Even the author of Maze Runner himself posted on Twitter saying that Dylan was hurt, but that he's going to be okay. No additional information has been issued regarding his recovery, but production will be shut down until he is released. Maze Runner: The Death Cure is scheduled for release in 2017. And that is all for your entertainment report. I'm Leah Robinson.
We're here at the desk with our sports anchor, Madeline Miller. Maddie, baseball season is right upon us. CMU baseball games have started recently, right?
Yeah, they actually have their first home game today, and the softball team is actually playing as well. They have a double header today. I'll have all the details coming up next.
Fitness trackers such as the Fitbit may be providing false information to consumers. I'll have all the details coming up in your health feeds.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome. I think we're breathtaking. And here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that brand? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry.
Go along, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa, master!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
It all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're going to turn on the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
What's your reaction? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted
There has been a lot of basketball chitter-chatter going on because, well, it's March Madness, of course. But with CMU's basketball season falling short, we get to be excited about spring sports instead. Don't worry, we'll get to talk about the madness later in the show. It's officially baseball season for the Chippewa community as both the baseball and the softball teams play their home openers today. After a combined 42 games on the road, both teams are finally at home. We'll start swinging with the baseball team, who has an overall record of 4-15 and are currently facing the Falcons from Bowling Green, who are 7-13. CMU and BGSU met just last week at Bowling Green, and the Chippewas took the W with a final score of 10-5. Since that game, the Chips have lost 3 in a row and are hoping to get the win today. The first pitch was thrown out at 3:05 today and is still going on. We have reporter Ashley Van Octen at the game. Ashley, how's the game going?
Thanks, Maddie. We are here at Sunny Tennyson Stadium today for the CMU baseball home opener. We recently just went through some rain as the sun is finally peeking out. The boys are in the bottom of the 8th and they are down by 4 runs. Hopefully they can pull through for the rest of the game to count their 5th win as the home. We will keep you updated throughout the game on all the stats. Thanks, Maddie. Back to you at the desk.
Ashley, let's hope the Chips can pull this one off. I'll have the final score later in the show. Now we'll slide into softball, who plays in a doubleheader today against Valparaiso. The Crusaders are coming into today's game with a record of 3-15, and our Chippewas are 11-12. The first game of the doubleheader began at 2 p.m., and the second game is scheduled to play right after the first. The Chips won the first game with a final score of 10-1, and I will have the final score of the second game later in the show. While we're talking about swinging, 4! The golf team is back at it again, but this time in Sorrento, Florida. Natalie Johnson shot a 5 over par 77 Sunday to lead the Central Michigan women's golf team in the first round of the Morehead State Citrus Challenge at Redtail Golf Club. Chloe Gushevsky and Holly Hines both shot 81 on Monday to lead the Central Michigan women's golf team during the second round of the Citrus Challenge. The 3-day, 54-hole event concludes with the third and final round being played today. The Chippewas shot a 330 team score Sunday and 331 team score on Monday, and they stand in 20th place in the 20-team event with a 661 total. They trail 19th place Omaha by 7 shots. That's all for your local sports. Now back to the desk.
A local hair donation benefits those suffering cancer. Here's Teddy Wingert with more.
Are you drowning in too much hair for your head to handle? Well, there's a solution for you to cut your hair and give back to a good cause. The 3rd annual Pantene Beautiful Lengths hair donation event takes place tonight at MJ Murphy Beauty College. The event will run until 7 o'clock in downtown Mount Pleasant. The first 30 who donate and live in Central Michigan University residence halls receive a free cut, nail painting, snacks, and a t-shirt. Pantene Beautiful Lengths donates real hair to make wigs for women battling cancer, free of charge. To donate, hair must be at least 8 inches, dye and bleach free, containing less than 5% gray. Get a fresh cut tonight by giving back to those who suffer from cancer. Fitness trackers are efficient in tracking our steps, but studies suggest they may be lacking in calorie counts. Experiments show trackers over and underestimate calories consumed and burned. Those who need more exercise might be getting a smaller amount than they bargained for, increasing the risk for obesity and other chronic health problems. Danger increases for those who consult information on fitness trackers to make medical decisions. The trackers tested include the Fitbit Flex, Jawbone Up 24, and many more. A researcher from the University of California, Dr. Adam Schoenfield, shares that there are challenges of detecting which trackers are accurate and which are not, due to a lack of data on the subject. Eating less meat and more fruit and vegetables could increase overall quality of life. A study by the National Academy of Sciences estimates the health and climate impacts of a global move towards a plant-based diet. This action could cut global warming emissions, decrease annual healthcare costs, and prevent millions of deaths. Lead author, Oxford Martin Program, Martin Springman, states that what we eat greatly influences our personal health and the global environment. In a world full of vegans who do not consume any animal products, number of deaths would be decreased by 8.1 million. A vegan diet would cut food-related emissions by 70%. Not everyone is expected to become vegan, but adopting a healthier diet may be a step in the right direction. And that's all for tonight's Health Beat. I'm Teddy Wingert.
Coming up on News Central 34, President Obama speaks on the Brussels attacks from Cuba.
And presidential candidates are gearing up for Western Tuesday. All this and more when News Central 34 continues next.
The staff of News Central 34 would like to thank Central Michigan Life for its support of our news programming. Central Michigan Life is a student-run media company with a 97-year history on the campus of CMU. The newspaper is delivered to 180 locations on campus and in the Mount Pleasant community. New this year, Central Michigan Life is publishing twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. The newspaper also has a mobile-friendly website, cm-life.com. That's accessible from any smartphone.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
So they say it's a man's world? Well, I don't see anybody's name on it. While they were out doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. We changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
In case you missed it, a terrorist attack in Brussels killed at least 34 people and injured about 230 more.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan announced a program that would give graduates of Detroit Public Schools free community college for 2 years.
And 2 deer found in mid-Michigan have tested positive for chronic waste disease. For these stories and more, check out our website at newscentral34.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Islamic State terrorists are claiming responsibility for the coordinated attacks in Brussels, Belgium this morning. At least 36 people are dead and more than 100 are injured after 3 explosions rocked the airport and a nearby train station. The attacks come just after authorities arrested the prime suspect in the Paris terror attacks in a Brussels neighborhood. Tina Krause has the latest from London. A U.S. law enforcement official tells CBS.
A U.S. law enforcement official tells CBS News a state development employee is still missing. Investigators are looking at the possibility that one of the Brussels airport explosions may have been caused by a bomb inside of a suitcase. 3 explosions ripped through the Belgian capital this morning. One blast reportedly occurred at a subway station and 2 more in the Brussels airport departmental hall. Investigators don't know the motive behind the attacks, but they say they are working to find the answers.
There was a lot of work going on in the last days. What was particularly worrying are 2 elements. The first one is that in those house searches, a lot of heavy weapons have been found, which is an indication that something was perhaps being planned for the next few days. And our people in Brussels knew about that. They were fully aware that they had to act and act swiftly. The second point which arose is that apparently new names have arisen. New names, new people who may be part of a network have come up to the surface.
At least 2 U.S. cities are reacting to the attacks by stepping up their security measures in New York City. Officials say the police department will be stepping up security around New York subways and other sensitive areas in the city. Security is also being tightened at 3 major airports: LaGuardia Airport, John F. Kennedy International Airport, and Newark Liberty International Airport in Washington. Officials say police will increase K-9 sweeps and police patrols.
Hours after the 3 explosions in Brussels, Belgium, left 34 dead and many more wounded, officials at the world's busiest airport canceled a press conference that had been scheduled for 10:30 p.m. Tuesday morning. While that conference had been intended to talk about Zika virus awareness, airport officials instead issued a statement about the attack in Brussels and heightened airport security. Will Frampton has more.
By the time the first wave of morning international travelers trickled through the terminal, word was out. Dozens dead and hundreds wounded in Brussels. A sad refrain on the story of terror with which people have become all too familiar.
Anytime anything happens anywhere, it alarms you.
It's very sad and frightening.
Albert Evans is traveling back home to Toronto, while Cheryl Nuclo and her husband Paul are on the way to their honeymoon in the Caribbean. They refuse to let travel and safety concerns dictate how they handle the moment.
Prepare and do the best you can and just got to go about what you're doing. It certainly wouldn't keep us from going where we're going today.
If there is added security at Atlanta's airport, officials are not making it obvious. We saw no more than a usual display of police in front of the terminal, and airport leaders canceled a news conference that had been scheduled for 10:30. The conference was supposed to be about Zika virus awareness, but certainly questions would have been asked about airport security.
I think the kinds of things that are happening at airports are fine. If anything needs to be done is more vigilance. Everybody needs to do something or say something, because we all have skin in the game.
I got it. Airports in New York, Boston, and other major cities across the U.S. have increased security at airports as they stay vigilant for any suspicious-looking people.
In Cuba, President Obama addressed recent events in Brussels before giving a planned speech. Take a look at what he had to say here.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Please. Thank you very much. To President Castro, the people of Cuba, thank you so much for the warm welcome that I have received, that my family have received, and that our delegation has received. It is an extraordinary honor to be here today. Before I begin, please indulge me. I want to comment on the terrorist attacks that have taken place in Brussels. The thoughts and the prayers of the American people are with the people of Belgium, and we stand in solidarity with them in condemning these outrageous attacks against innocent people. We will do whatever is necessary to support our friend and ally Belgium in bringing to justice those who are responsible. And this is yet another reminder that the world must unite. We must be together, regardless of nationality or race or faith, in fighting against the scourge of terrorism. We can and we will defeat those who threaten the safety and security of people all around the world.
The president was scheduled to be in Cuba until later this afternoon.
President Obama wraps up his historic trip to Cuba today. His first address to the Cuban people encouraged a more open society. Here's CBS's Chris Martinez in Havana.
President Obama began his key address in Cuba reassuring Americans and the world after coordinated terror attacks in Belgium.
Can and we will defeat those who threaten the safety and security of people all around the world.
He then told the Cuban people the reason for his visit.
I have come here to bury the last remnant of the Cold War in the Americas.
The president said that the two countries still have real differences, but encouraged Cubans to determine their own destiny.
If we lifted the embargo tomorrow, Cubans would not realize their potential without continued change here in Cuba.
President Obama is also meeting privately with political opponents and dissidents at the U.S. Embassy, some of whom were detained during a protest demonstration on Sunday. The First family is attending an exhibition baseball game this afternoon with the widow and daughter of the late Hall of Famer Jackie Robinson. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Havana, Cuba.
President Obama heads to Argentina later today.
The presidential race pushes forward this week with more primary and caucuses. Monday, candidates from both parties competed once again for voters. Reed Biden reports on the race.
The remaining presidential candidates appeared on CNN Monday to make one last pitch ahead of Western Tuesday, with 3 states poised to hold contests. Donald Trump drew fire for comments on the U.S.'s funding of NATO.
It's too much, and frankly, it's a different world than it was when we originally conceived of the idea and everybody got together.
Rival Ted Cruz blasted Trump's comments.
Unilaterally surrender to Russia and Putin, give Putin a massive foreign policy victory by breaking NATO.
Cruz also shot down the idea of being Trump's running mate.
Have zero interest whatsoever in.
John Kasich echoing Cruz and going a step further.
There is zero chance that I would be vice president with either of them.
On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton came out hard against Trump.
He has been engaging in bigotry and bluster and bullying.
That after slamming the GOP frontrunner at the pro-Israel lobby AIPAC Monday.
Need steady hands. Not a president who says he's neutral on Monday, pro-Israel on Tuesday, and who knows what on Wednesday.
Bernie Sanders, the only current White House hopeful not to address AIPAC on Monday, said the absence was not a snub. Sanders also saying that despite Clinton's lead, his campaign is still viable.
I think we have a road, a narrow road, but a road to victory.
The next chance for all the candidates to move closer to that goal comes today, with 3 states holding contests. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration will require new warning labels for opioid prescription medications warning consumers about the serious risks of misuse, abuse, addiction, overdose, and death. The FDA made the announcement on Tuesday. A black boxed warning, the most severe warning label there is, will be required on immediate release formulations. Additional safety labeling changes will also be required. According to the CDC, more than 40 Americans die each day from prescription opioid overdoses.
Former Toronto Mayor Rob Ford has died after 18 months of treatment from a rare and aggressive cancer first diagnosed in 2014. The 46-year-old served for a decade as a city councilor before being elected mayor in 2010. His time as mayor, however, was plagued by scandal. In May 2013, a video surfaced showing what appeared to be Ford smoking crack cocaine. Ford denied any wrongdoing and ignored those calling for his resignation. But as more videos surfaced showing Ford in compromising circumstances, the scrutiny became more intense. Months later, he finally told reporters he probably smoked the drug at some point. Ford refused to step aside even after the city council stripped him of most of his powers. We're here at the desk with sports anchor Madeline Miller. Maddie, what's going on in sports news today?
Well, the Pistons won a great game last night, and March Madness is the talk of the day. I'll have all the details coming up next.
Police officials are a bit uneasy about a new
Talk
product
about
on the
March,
Pistons.
actually.
I'll have details on that and more coming up next in your Business Watch.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough.
I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix the beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw in the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You taught him how to hit a baseball.
Just like that. Say hi!
How to hit a receiver. The strike zone. The net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Caring for a family member can be challenging and lead to countless questions, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
As promised, it's time to talk about basketball. Though they aren't a college team, the Detroit Pistons clinched a crucial win last night against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks led by 1 with 7.5 seconds left. Pistons inbounding. Caldwell Pope misses the 3, but Andre Drummond is there to tip in the game winner. Drummond's tip gave the Pistons a 92-91 lead with 2.1 seconds left in the game. This game advanced Detroit's record to 37-34 with a ranking at number 9 in the Eastern Conference. Marcus Morris was the only starter who had an efficient game offensively, scoring 21 points and hitting 4 of 4 from the three-point line. Morris got his 21 points on 9 shots, and the rest of the starters combined for 51 points on 54 shots. But a win is a win, and this is a huge one. The Pistons' next game will be tomorrow at the Palace of Auburn Hills against the Orlando Magic, who are 29-41 with a ranking of 12th in the Eastern Conference. Tip-off will be at 7:30 p.m. Now the moment I've been waiting for. It's time for March Madness. We've made it through the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament and have arrived at the Sweet 16. I don't know about everybody else, but my bracket has taken quite the beating. Some upsets in the early rounds from the East. Number 2, Xavier lost to number 7, Wisconsin, and number 3, West Virginia lost to number 14, Stephen F. Austin. From the Midwest, the number 3 team, Utah, lost to the number 11 team, Gonzaga, and of course, the heartbreaker, number 2, Michigan State, lost to number 15, Middle Tennessee. All the number 1 seeds are still in the game: North Carolina, Kansas, Oregon, and Virginia. In the West, we have all top 4 seeds still in the tournament. In the East, we have seeds 1, 5, 6, and 7. The South still has number 1, 2, 3, and 5, with number 4, California, getting out in the first round against number 13, Hawaii. Lastly, the Midwest has the biggest surprises, with only the number 1 seed, the number 4 seed, and the 10th and 11th seeds. The South and the West will be first to play on Thursday, the 24th, with matchups between Oregon and Duke, Texas A&M and Oklahoma, Kansas and Maryland, and Villanova and Miami. My predictions for the South and the West teams are Oregon, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Villanova. Who do you think will get to the Elite Eight? Tweet your predictions at News Central 34. Let the games begin. Also, to follow up, the CMU baseball team ended up losing with a final score of 4-0 against Bowling Green, and the softball team ended up winning with a final score of 5-3 against Valparaiso. That's all for regional sports. Now back to the desk.
One of Isabella County's 6th largest employers has officially been sold off. Spencer Thomas will have more on that story coming up next in Your Business Watch.
A new concealed carrying gun is coming out this year that has cops nervous and a bit uneasy. A Minnesota startup is creating a 2-shot pistol that folds into a palm-sized shape that looks like a smartphone. Creator Kurt Kellberg thought about developing this phone-like pistol to refrain from people bothering others to keep the gun out of plain sight. The owners will most likely still have to own a concealed weapon permit, but those will depend on state and local laws. The custom pistol will cost around $395. Buyers have been going crazy over the new product that hits the market in mid-2016. However, the idea still doesn't sit well with officers and other officials. Yesterday marked the 1-year anniversary of the Apple Watch. To celebrate, Apple cut their prices to $299, and to top that, they even threw in new band designs. The reasoning behind this idea is to see if it'll sustain customer interest. Smartwatches have been popping up all over the market. Many cost less and offer up other features that the Apple Watch doesn't have. To stay competitive, Apple plans to come up with more apps and other features to keep their product up to par and first in line. Isabella County's 6th largest employer has officially been sold. Moore Bark, manufacturer of wood chips and other deforestation equipment, has been sold to an affiliate of Stellex Capital Management. The New York-based investment group focuses on middle-market companies going through business transformations and thinks Moore Bark is the perfect fit. David Waxman, a member of the investment team, says that they are the type of company we like to invest in. Strong history, market presence, product, and outstanding workforce. The family business owners feel confident that this investor can take Moore Bark to the next level and build on their legacy that their fathers started. And that's all for your Business Watch tonight. I'm Spencer Thomas.
Points, ending the day at 17,582, while the NASDAQ is up 13 points, ending the day at 4,821. We're here at the desk with our meteorologist, John Grills. John, I heard there's some ice coming up the next couple days?
Yes, tonight and actually Wednesday into Thursday, we've got a mixed bag precipitation. We're looking at rain, snow, and ice. It's going to be a big mess going into the next few days, but Easter weekend's looking a little bit better as we're going to get a lot warmer and back to normal. I have all the details coming up 7-day forecast after the break.
He calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Dad's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back, Michigan. I'm meteorologist John Gross. Let's get right into it and take a look at our advisories, warnings, and watches. We're in the winter weather advisory here in Mount Pleasant. We got the winter storm watches in the thumb, and we got the winter storm warnings up to our north. No warnings to the south. That's because we're going to be warmer with the temperatures, so they're not going to be seeing any frozen precipitation, just mainly the rain. So this is an idea of what we're going to be seeing as we go throughout this storm. We're going to be the snow up to the north. We're going to have the rain down to the south, but we are going to have that mixed layer into our the Mount Pleasant area as well. So there's going to be the potential to see some snow with this, as well as freezing rain and sleet. So definitely icing issues that are going to be an issue for us as we go throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll keep tabs on this as it gets closer. But right now we're under the winter weather advisory. We're in effect with this from Wednesday 8 a.m. until Thursday 8 a.m. We're going to have the rain, the snow, and the ice all to deal with. We're going to have all these types of precipitation to deal with as we go throughout the next few days. So slow travels, as we're going to see some icing on the roadways, and power outages are definitely going to be a concern as well, especially if we do get the amount of icing that we are going to be forecasting. Currently right now in Mount Pleasant, we're at 47 degrees. We're sticking with those clouds. The rain has moved out. We're going to be staying mostly cloudy as we go throughout the nighttime hours. Winds are out of the southwest at around 3 miles per hour. These winds are going to be ramping up with the storm as it does get closer outside. Currently right now we're at 51 in Flint, 62 in Detroit, 63 in Kalamazoo, a little bit cooler in Mackinac Island as they're sitting right now at 30 degrees. So for our weather outlook, our evening is looking good for the early part. We're going to have that winter weather advisory through the next few days on Wednesday and into our Thursday. But if you're going home for Easter to celebrate with the family, we are looking at a good weekend, and it is going to be warmer as we're going to be getting back to average. Current satellite radar showing those rain showers moving out of the Mount Pleasant area. We do got some snow up into the northern part of Michigan. We don't have to deal with that for our forecast as we go throughout the next few days, but here we go through the, our future cast as we go throughout the day. Wednesday, here comes that snow. We're going to be on that rain snow line as we go throughout the daytime. Thursday and into our Thursday night, we're going to see a little bit more of the rain mixing in with the sleet and freezing rain. I think this model is being a little too generous with how much rain we're getting, and then the backside is going to be coming in with colder air as we all switch to snow. So 35 for tonight, light rain and snow showers. Winds are going to be picking up that rain, snow, and ice, 38 degrees as we warm up. And then for a 7-day forecast, we're going to see rain and snow and that ice Wednesday into Thursday. Then for our Easter weekend, we're going to be warming back up to around 50 degrees. So we're still looking at snow here in Michigan, even though it is springtime. So don't have to put the shovels and the scrapers away just yet.
That's all we have today for News Central 34. Be sure to check us out online on newscentral34.com or on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For John Gross, I'm L'Oreal Walker.
And for Madeline Miller, I'm Jacqueline Zeman. Have a good night.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right, so it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're gonna take the laces, we're gonna cross them over, we're gonna turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing. I watch golf with him and
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
we have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.